Devota Mawazo was among those to flee the eruption of the volcano, and she was heavily pregnant. Giving birth to a girl, she decided to name Umutoni, a Kinyarwanda name, because she was born on the Rwandan side of the valley between the two countries.
The eruption began just as my contractions started, and we all started to run for the border. And just as we descended into the valley, I went into labor. I had no choice but to give birth there. Soon, locals came to my aid and brought me here. I'm grateful for the assistance I was given, and God bless them for what they did.
More than 600 other Congolese nationals ended up in Rwanda's Busasamana sector, and they, along with others who popped up in Gisenyi town, say they were received well. The moment people saw the fire and lava, they became scared and picked up what they could and headed for the border. We are very happy with the way our Rwandan neighbors received us. We spent the night in the Rubavu Stadium, but we were properly cared for. The moment we saw smoke rising up from the volcano, we bolted, and when we got here, they put us on buses. We were not victimized in any way, and things went well. They received us well here, and even gave us food. There was ample security with police and military personnel maintaining a presence, so we had security and no problems. Local residents in Rubavu said welcoming and taking care of their Congolese neighbors is something they did because it is part of Rwanda's cultural norms, and Rwanda's Minister of Local Government also visited the area in the morning. The local residents alerted us as soon as the first numbers began to cross into the country, and they were rounded up so as to be protected along with their belongings. Also, the local residents were urged to be vigilant, lest anyone use the refugees as a cover to try and destabilize the security of the country. We are therefore commending the actions of the residents of Busasamana. Experts are warning that preparations must be made moving forward in anticipation of the possibility of other such occurrences. Rwanda may have received 10,000 people, but there is still an issue when it comes to proper preparations for those sort of things. It's obvious that local officials were caught off guard by such a sudden influx of people, and we are fortunate that the volcano suddenly stopped erupting and the Congolese began returning home. Had it continued and more kept coming, things would have gotten complicated. This is an opportunity to assess what would be needed in such a situation. The facilities to receive so many people, ensure that they have clean water. Rubavu district officials say more than 10,000 people are known to have crossed into Rwanda as the Nyiragongo eruption intensified on Saturday night and into the early hours of Sunday morning. The damage caused by this latest eruption is still being tallied, but in 2002, when Nyiragongo last spewed lava, it killed 250 people and destroyed more than 120,000 buildings.
Thank you, Serge, for that report. Now, businesses have continued as usual in Gisenyi after the Nyiragongo volcano stopped erupting. Business people that operate across the border have been assured that both countries are working together to see that nothing is being disrupted. Gloria Mutesi continues.
After the volcanic eruption stopped and the sky cleared up, many of the Congo residents that had sought refuge in Gisenyi were seen going back to their own country. This assured some of the business members across Gisenyi that reformed going about their day. As time went on, we kept listening to Radio Rwanda and watching Rwanda television, and we were assured. And by morning, the eruption had stopped, so we also went back to work as usual. There are others who have expressed concern after tremors continued after the volcano stopped spewing lava. The last time it erupted, it wasn't like this. We are feeling tremors and so many people are scared. Hotels in Gisenyi town that had been vacant for days were only too pleased to welcome so many Congolese who had fled to Rwanda, and some have still not returned to their homes. Cross-border traders say they've not been able to cross into Goma because no more activities are yet to resume there. On that note, the Minister for Local Government, Jean-Marie Vianney Gatabazi, dissolved their concerns, saying that both Rwanda and DRC are working together to see how the trade can continue without any challenges. Volcanic eruptions usually create panic among the population, but the geologists are the one that will give us the final word to know if the eruption has completely stopped. Also, the residents have now had a bit of experience with volcanoes and life seems to have gone back to normal. The Western Province Governor, Habitegeko Francois, has called on the public to be hospitable and to maintain security as well as avoid compromising on the COVID-19 prevention measures.